Hey everybody, long time no see. I have been so busy. I finally got around to making a video. I went from having such bad depression and seasonal depression, finding out that I had a severe case of vitamin D deficiency, and that was causing a lot of my depression. Not all of it, a lot of it's my mental illnesses as well as seasonal depression. So I took care of that for the most part as best I could. And I am now, we're rolling into spring, or spring is here, flowers are starting to come up, and I all of a sudden have these um, hobbies. I'm doing my diamond art. I've been writing and poetry and novels and coloring books and activity books for Amazon. Um, I've been trying to stay awake. I've been trying to sleep. I switched from my therapist I had to a different facility because I was told they were really good. And once I got there, all of a sudden, other sorry, other therapists left, and there was only one, and so I could only see her every month and a half. And the psychiatrist, she was fantastic, and I could see her more often, but that doesn't help when you need to see a therapist. So I decided to go back to my old therapist, who I always argued with, and called there and asked them if I could come back. And then on Tuesday, I believe, I saw him for the first time again, and everything went fantastic. We didn't rehash, but I said I didn't want a different therapist. I wanted to go back to him because we had a good year of history. I didn't want to start over. And we also have had our arguments and disagreements, and we managed to work through those. So that was really important. Part of therapy was how to deal with that kind of situation. And I was actually happy to see him. I was happy to be back talking to him because it's familiar. Now, I did tell him I wanted a different psychiatrist because the one I had, I didn't really like. I didn't like her. So he says, don't worry about that. We will get you somebody else. So I hope that's true. Um, David has, apparently, he found out because he's going to the same place I am, just a different city. Um, he also started where I ended up going, to where everybody just vanished. And he was, I don't want to say the reason, but he talked me into going there. And I diagnosed him with borderline personality disorder. And now that they're looking at his charts, because when we first moved here, he started where I go to, and he didn't like it. So that's why he switched. And now he's going back there, and they looked at his charts and they said, oh, yeah, she diagnosed you with borderline personality disorder, except nobody ever told him. It's fucking ridiculous. And the funny part is, it was only about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, that I went to his second last therapy appointment where he was going, and I had my phone and I had all the symptoms of borderline. I read them all off to his therapist. Apparently, she forwarded that on to his new therapist, who I saw once, and that was just intake. That was just a bunch of questions. And she was like, you're not bipolar, you're not borderline, you don't have this. She wanted to start from scratch on her own and get an idea of what he did have. And when he told me that, I got pretty pissed off. I'm like, okay, now I get where she's going. But it's just like to tell him, and it's just funny because I was the one who, I diagnosed him when he was already diagnosed, but nobody told him. And it's like, what kind of shit is that? So I guess my advice to you is, if somebody tells you, or if you suspect you have a certain problem, mental problem, I guess mental problem would be a good one. Do your research, do your due diligence, as they say. Don't just take their word for it, because they see so many people that by the time they see you again, they forgot about you. Not really, but that's how you feel sometimes, because they say, we'll talk about this next time. And unless you have a really good therapist who actually takes notes and writes things down, chances are they'll forget about it. So, you have to do your due diligence and take care of yourself. And that is the best advice I can give you. And don't Google it and go by the first 3 or 4, because if you look, there's a small spot that says sponsor or sponsored. That means they're being paid to be at the top. Look at Mayo Clinic, look at Marshfield, look at Freighter, look at, I can't think of it. Darn it. But there's many different good ones to look at. WebMD, that's the one. And read all those. Take notes. Take the notes to your doctor, to your therapist, and say, I think that you're missing something. Do you think it could be this? Don't say, I have this. Oh my God, don't go kicking and screaming and you've got that. Just say, I've done some research on my own, which you're more than entitled to do. Some actually encourage it, some hate it. They'll get over it. But say, I've done my own research, and by what I've learned, I believe I may have this. Can you hear me out, and what do you think? And if you really feel you have that and they go against it, go and see somebody else and say, okay, I believe I have this. Or ask them, why don't you think I have this when I've done my research? And, out of the 9 symptoms, I have 6, I have 4, I have 7, whatever it is. I really believe I have this, and I need you to maybe ask me more questions, maybe dig a little deeper. Maybe they're just on the surface and they don't dig deep enough. But yeah, you have to do freeze. I had to check my internet. I guess if it froze, it froze. I don't think it froze for a very long time. But I just have been so busy, and that's why I haven't been here very much. I've been doing other things because I write my books, and then when I get them, I read them. So I've also been reading, trying to catch up on some of my TV. Today I started a new Facebook page group, should I? Because the one is that stopping. I don't know. I didn't like the group that they had here. It's a very small village. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I'll just write in the description that my camera's taking a crap. It's a brand new camera. So I'm not very happy about it. If you have any questions, you can always email me or leave them in the comments. Because just because I don't make videos doesn't mean I don't check, because I do check. And I do watch them, and I do try to learn from them myself. But otherwise, now it's spring. Things are starting to get a little bit better. I guess I just have to stop talking every time it stops. And this video is going to probably turn out like crap. I don't understand why it's doing that. I can't win. I just can't. So, maybe you'll have a chance to take the time to watch some of my older videos. Those have more content of different mental illnesses and more information. My newer videos, I kind of ran out of things to talk about, and I'm extremely tired. Holy crap, do I look like shit? And I still have to write poems tonight and maybe put some together in a book, or at least work on my book. So I've written 7 books that are published, 1 activity coloring book, and a novel, a romance novel, which I'm partway through. It's 407 pages, so it's going to take me a little while, and it's not really a priority because it's going to be there. So yeah, I've been busy trying to keep myself busy, playing with my puppy, training her, and she's very sassy. She just turned 5 months old. She's a golden retriever. She thinks she's a chihuahua. She does zoomies on the furniture, and she's not light. So I hope you are all well. I hope that the weather is getting better for you if you're in a spot that the weather isn't fantastic. Oh man, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, but I fight it. It's not a good thing, but I get over it. So I'll sleep tomorrow. I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's a bad thing to say, but it is what it is. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, anything, if you see this video for the first time or you catch this, subscribe. I will be back. Maybe not for another week, but I gotta find out what's going on with my camera, or is it my software again? I've had trouble before, and I'm babbling, and that's part of borderline personality disorder. Welcome to my world. So I hope you all take care, and here it's Friday, almost Saturday morning, so I hope you have a good weekend and take care.